Good afternoon. This is Robert Hall. I'm the lead culinary instructor here at UAPTC CAMI, and I'm here to provide you with the report from the culinary department for 2020-2021. Currently, we have 130 students enrolled in culinary arts. Of those, 129 are pursuing the associate degree, and one is pursuing a technical certificate in culinary arts. It's interesting to note, I think it's valuable to note that that's static from the previous year, given the environment of COVID and how COVID has affected not only our industry, the food service industry, but how it has affected higher education. I think it's very significant to see that we have maintained, while it's static, and static is not growth. We haven't lost any as well, and I think that's important, kind of noteworthy. We say goodbye, or we said goodbye this past year to a couple of folks. Chef Jolie Mosley, who was the lead culinary instructor, has moved on to the Dorset Field Club in Vermont, where she works with her husband and works with Chef Philippe Ducrot, a familiar name, former faculty member of CAMI. And we recently said goodbye to Chef Jay McAfee, who joined the sales team with Ben Keith. I previously mentioned stepped into Chef Mosley's role as the lead culinary instructor, and we welcome 2 new faculty members who've begun this fall semester. Chef Marcus Thompson is a recent graduate of our program here. I think that says a lot about our program. He's very talented chef, and a familiar name and a familiar face to all associated with food service in Arkansas. Chef Jamie McAfee joined Manley. He's the general manager and executive chef at the Pine Bluff Country Club, and a longtime supporter of the college and students in culinary instruction, and is definitely an asset to the team here. A few other notables: Regina Cornish, also a former graduate. In fact, all 3 of these, Regina, Terry Johnson, and Zachary Thomas, are all graduates of the program here. Regina was hired over the summer as the director of catering. Terry Johnson joined the program here as in the catering department as a food preparation manager, and Zachary Thomas assists Chef Dancer in the purchasing department. We want to welcome them. Few updates from our curriculum and programs within our department. I'd like to mention a little about our Certified Dietary Manager program, specifically the internships, which are so critical to our students gaining some real-time experience and preparation for the national CDM exam. There are relationships with 3 entities. So students are able to intern in a rotation, more or less, and get experience in each of these. They can work in the St. Vincent Hospital in Hot Springs to get hospital healthcare experience. The greenhouse cottages in Little Rock area, Central Arkansas, they get experience in the long-term care work. And with K through 12 Culinary Connection, they get experience in school nutrition. Let's see, Mandy, it says that this program, this kind of rotating internship, is working really well. The interns have a chance to see what setting they like best as they potentially seek jobs as CDMs out in the marketplace. Currently, there have been 9, as you were, there have been 11 students taking the course. Nope, that is not correct. So check that, check. Out of 6 students that have taken the Certified Dietary Manager National Licensure exam, 5 have passed, and the other is preparing for the retake of the exam. We hope to see 100% pass rate, but currently that statistic is at 83%, which is still very, very strong number, and bodes well, I think, for the future of this program. I mentioned about Food 1, Food 2. We currently have meat and seafood online. These are our practical hands-on lab classes that are currently, there are online sections offered. Food 1 and Food 2. Food 1 is where foundational fundamental skills like knife skills are established, and in Food 2, students learn basic cooking methods and techniques. Both of those fundamental and foundational for their future studies and future work in the industry. The online offerings of those classes are part of my own doctoral research, a study being conducted entitled Understanding the Efficacy of Online Post-Secondary Culinary Arts Education. It's groundbreaking, and we'll see where this research leads. This next spring semester, spring 2022, will be our last offering of online Food 1 and Food 2 as part of my research study. The American Culinary Federation Education Foundation Accrediting Commission is awaiting my findings, the research results, as we will discuss future opportunities, the potential of being able to offer formally these programs online, and potentially increase our reach geographically, being able to offer our programs to a wider audience, not just those that are close to our campus. We'll see what the future holds there. Our Food 3 and Food 4 meal services obviously have had some challenges because of COVID, but necessity is the mother of invention, and we have adapted, which is something that we become really good at in this industry, adapting and adjusting to whatever the circumstances are. And so there is now put in place an online ordering and reservation system. We have a to-go kind of a curbside pickup type operation, as we have had limited availability to seat people. In fact, currently we cannot feed the public in-house. We can only accommodate students, faculty, and staff. And so this curbside to-go ordering pickup procedure is proving to be beneficial. Certainly continuing the instruction and the learning opportunities of our students. Chef Rogers had this to say about the program. She said the successes would be that for the first time in many semesters, we are able to serve more than just one of each section of dishes and operate more like a real restaurant. Being able to utilize the online ordering system for to-goes as well as to input the orders of the guests in a minute-by-minute fashion, gives our students a more realistic experience of what they should prepare themselves for when they graduate. This is not only beneficial for the culinary students, but for the hospitality students as well. This experience is probably the most authentic we have been able to offer so far, at least since I have been instructing. Hopefully, with the reopening in the future to outside of school guests, we will only further that experience for the students as well as the guests that come to dine with us. That was from Chef Rogers. I'll add one more. I didn't have a slide for this, but Chef Rob Best facilitates our culinary practicum class and practicum program. And he reported this about the culinary practicum. During the spring and summer, it was difficult to place students because of the pandemic and the lack of positions overall. Summer was better than the spring, and we had the majority of our students placed in industry positions, with 9 of 11 successfully completed the course. One was given an incomplete and one withdrew. There are currently this fall 6 students of 8 who were enrolled at the beginning of the fall semester. 2 withdrew. Of the 6, there are students working in Hot Springs Village, in Hot Springs, in Arkadelphia, and here at Canton. I've received a number of requests for placement of students in the spring semester. We'll follow up on these leads. The majority of students enrolled in the spring already have positions. You know, the culinary practicum is intended to give students real world, real life in the minute experience, even beyond what they learned in Food 3 and Food 4. And so this tells me, and I hope it tells you, it shows you that there's opportunity for our students in your restaurants and your places of business, and in others in the area that give the students the experience they need to be very beneficial to our industry. Speaking of that, I wanted to just point out a few notable graduates of our program here and where they are now. Some of these names you may already know and be familiar with. Amanda Ivy owns her own business, is becoming a budding, very successful restaurateur in Central Arkansas. She owns her Ivy food truck and Low Ivy Catering. Received a message from her that now coming into the fall, the food truck is kind of slowed down, but her catering operation is pretty nuts right now. She is really, really busy, and that's good for all of us, especially in the climate we're in right now, we're coming out of. Another graduate of our program who is showing the kind of success that one can achieve, Chef Manley Clark, is the executive sous chef now at Saracen Casino and Resort, part of the opening of food service there, and is making us all proud. And as I've already mentioned, Chef Marcus Thompson just graduated from our program here in May and has joined the faculty as a full-time instructor. He comes with years of experience in the industry, but recently graduated and immediately put to work. I received a document just over the weekend, and I'll end kind of on a few of these points from every year. Nestle Professional, the Nestle company, puts out kind of current trends and future forecast of things related to our business. And you can see the bullet points here. 70% of adults in a current recent survey said that now being able to go out to eat helps them feel normal again. A lot of this report was kind of a post-pandemic or hopefully end of pandemic survey. It is forecasted that by 2025, 80% of food service industry growth will come from off-premise dining. How important it is that Chef Jan Lewandowski, that Dr. Jenny Burris, that Chef Adrian Rogers put their heads together and came up with this to-go and curbside ordering and pickup service that we're now offering as part of our Food 3 and Food 4 curriculum and dining experience for guests as such a significant aspect or impact that may play in the near future of our business. It's going to be an important experience for them. There is forecasted a growing number of ghost kitchens where there's essentially a kitchen but not a big formal restaurant, and it's off-premise production. And again, essentially we're giving students a little bit of this kind of experience in our Food 3 and Food 4. Goes to show that we're trying to provide them experiences that make them very marketable as they graduate from our program here. 75% of consumers of this recent survey plan to eat and drink healthier post-pandemic. I think we all can attest to the pandemic 15 or 25 or 30 pounds or whatever, and making more of our healthy foods and nutrition, making more of our dietary management program, and focusing on health and nutrition will be important. That's all I have to say about that.